The plane had finally landed. Finally. Oof, I was so nervous. I watched through the window as the passengers started exiting the plane. I saw him. He was wearing his tan trench coat as usual. The one with the ripped lining. The one he always wore. As he came closer to the terminal, he saw me standing there at the window, holding the baby. Everything was as usual. Another flight, another trip, another day. And as usual, he waved. I waved back. Usual. Usual. I was glad the baby had finally stopped crying. All morning she'd been... it seemed like an omen. I put her back in the carriage, covered her with her blanket. She looked content. Good. When I turned and looked out the window, he was right outside the terminal, coming closer. I started waving. He waved back as usual, automatic. I stood there like a stone pillar, with my arm automatically waving. My smile plastered fake as usual, welcoming him home from yet another business trip. Not a cloud in the sky, just that big old sun blazing, and all that blue. I was so nervous. He was entering the terminal, walking faster. I slowly bent down, took the gun out from the basket in the baby carriage, and hid it in my hand. Kind of cuffed it, stowed it up my sleeve, my finger on the trigger. Ready. He was inside the terminal, walking toward us. The airport was crowded. I hadn't noticed how crowded it was. So many people. He was waving, still waving, coming closer. My smile remained locked, as usual. Hi, hon. Sorry, flight was delayed. A peck on the cheek. Same place as usual. Then he looked down in the carriage. Is that my little girl in there? Is that Daddy's little girl? He kissed the baby, then looked up, saw me pointing the gun. Unusual. Highly unusual. His look. Shocked. My finger quickly pulled the trigger. 3 shots, and the mold was broken. Shattered. The apron was off. 3 shots. 3 loud shots rang through the airport. 1 bullet hit him in the head. He fell. The wedding cake collapsed. Blood on the floor. Screams. I began to walked quickly. People running, hiding, falling to the ground. I pushed the carriage as fast as I could. The exit straight ahead. A security guard tried to stop me. No way. I shot him. He fell. I started to run to the door. People running, screaming, hiding. Got there. Goal out. Free. The car, right outside, parked, waiting. Put the baby on the front seat, the carriage on the floor. Got in. Looked in the mirror. My mascara was running down my cheek. Joy. Tears of... Started the car, looked over at the baby. She was smiling. The baby seemed so happy, as if to say, Yes, Mom, yes, good. The mold was broken. The apron is off. I put the car in gear. The sky was so blue. People were running out from the terminal. Never should have married. Never should have married. We drove down the ramp. People still running. Sirens. Just not the marrying kind. All that routine. That day to day. I turned on the radio. Soft music. Soothing. And then we left, the baby and me. Drove non-stop all night, all the way to Mexico. Then he kissed me on the cheek, said, I'm sorry, hon, flight was delayed. I hope you weren't waiting too long. No, not at all. I was just standing here waiting, thinking about you. He smiled. He was wearing his tan trench coat with a ripped lining, as usual. We slowly started to leave. I was standing here with the baby, looking up at the sky, Have you noticed? It's so blue today. And I guess I was just daydreaming.